What's up, everybody? It's a special episode of Enlightened Masculinity, minus the fumbling of the words at the beginning. I'm Yogi Chris, PhD. This is for everybody because we're streaming to TikTok, one of our TikToks, one of our Instagram accounts, one of our YouTube accounts. And just so you know who I am, I'm Yogi Chris, PhD, founder of Ninth Limb Yoga. You can look it up, number 9, THLIMB. So I founded a brand of yoga, but I'm also involved with IMC Nation, aka Arash Zapar Dibazar, who goes by AZD. So the guys on the social media accounts, you've been seeing clips of AZD from his lectures. He gives public lectures once a week, and staff members, they chop that up, they post it, and that's what you're seeing. You're seeing the more publicly acceptable clips of his lectures. This, as Enlightened Masculinity Podcast, is my own creation that I did. It's a long story. I'm not going to give you the whole backstory, but I've been studying with Arash and learning from him and working with him for 4 years, studying with him for 8 years. And before that, you know, as yoga instructor, PhD, blah, blah, blah. But in IMC Nation, I'm what you call captain, which is a rank. You don't have to call me captain. I'm just saying I am a captain. For about a year, I was the only captain. Now we recently got a second captain that ranked up. We have a whole ranking system of like 10 different ranks. I'm not going to go into that right now either. What you need to know is that, I mean, this episode, wherever, if I do post it, it's a very interesting episode because I was thinking of this question the other day, and I made a Instagram story about it, and so I'll talk with you all about it because you all need to hear about it. There's going to be some girls that are listening, whatever, and it's mostly to guys. So how much are you spending on women? And let's look at that. You could be spending it directly on them. You could be giving them money. You could be buying them gifts. You could be buying them food, paying their rent, paying anything, just charity, whatever. You could be spending money on getting women, like making yourself look better. There's obviously grooming. I'm not like knocking grooming, but I'm just like kind of laying out some of the things you spend money on that you do for the purpose of being with women or getting with women or pleasing women, including your mom, including your daughter. But I'm not even going to get into that right now. So, and this is all, I'm a reflection of the teachings of AZD, right? I'm just the guy that runs all the business. IMCBase1.com is our website. Guys on TikTok, there's an account, an Instagram account I put in the bio. That's the Instagram account I'm streaming to. Why that's important is because Instagram, guys, in the bio on Instagram is AZD's personal profile. It's public. You can go and see how the top player, the real top player, posts. Not a cheese ball that has some marketing agent that's put 9 posts there in 3 years and that's all they have. AZD is prolific in his posts because that's part of his game. People try to go on Tinder like they're or Bumble or so, whatever these dating apps. What if your Instagram was your dating app? Not because you have 100,000 followers, which he did, but then they deleted his account. Then he made another one, multiple tens of thousands, deleted it again. The last one froze at like 7 or 8 or 10,000 or something. So he just starts over because he's so taboo. That's what the real red pill is. If you got a guy who's teaching game and he's like massively successful, it's because he's massively politically correct. Beta. Okay. Beta, that's Sultan, lives here at Base 1, made his presence known. Likes to date strippers. What's up?
Who's being beta?
I said any dating coach or pickup coach that gets massively famous is massively politically correct.
Yeah.
That's why, and that's when I said beta. You know what I'm saying? That's why, because I was saying AZD, 100,000 account deleted, 14,000 account deleted, 12,000, you know what I'm saying? Frozen. So he starts over again. But I'm telling these people, because I'm trying something. I'm funneling the TikTok people to Instagram with value, because the value of being on Instagram, because you get streamed to on TikTok also. Yeah. You get essentially the same clips, but on Instagram you can go and find AZD's personal profile and see how a real top player posts that has multiple beautiful relationships. What is his humor? What's his political point of view? What is his language? What's his emojis? What is his stories? You know, sometimes he'll even post screenshots of conversations or whatever. What is his communication like? He's there. You could message him. He probably won't reply, but sometimes he does. You know, especially if you're pretty girls. So pretty girls on TikTok, if you want to get at AZD, go over there. You know what I'm saying? So we'll just be here on this live stream for about another 10 minutes while I talk about this subject. How much are you spending on women? Sultan, how much did you spend on that woman last night? $11. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate her?
Rate her
when she's looking her best.
almost an 8, so I'll say a 7.
Dang, I would have gone higher. He's got higher standards. That's why he's running our modeling agency and he dates fine strippers. You know what I'm saying? I thought she was finer than a 7, man. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. That's up to you. Okay, but still, you guys, I'm pretty sure would all want to bang her, and you would gladly spend $11 on a date with her. No big deal. You know what I'm saying? $11. It's funny. It's a new standard. If you spend more than 11 on a girl on a date, beta. That's what I'm saying. He's on our team. So that's the benefit of going to the Instagram. Obviously, interacting with AZD as a guy, I'm talking to the guys, and seeing how he posts, you're going to be inspired, or you won't give a fuck. If you don't give a fuck, then I don't give a fuck about you. Probably I'm going to get censored for saying that now, and fuck it. I'll stop swearing. So, you'll be inspired by, the success with game, the confidence, the way he speaks, the storytelling. You'll see these clips and you'll be like, clip after clip. I mean, we have hundreds. He has thousands of lectures. They're all cutting edge. And it's an organic evolution that keeps going. Y'all don't even see anything near the advanced lectures. Those are just the beginning lectures. He has thousands of beginner level lectures. Very prolific in his content because he's always in set. If he's not in lecture, if he's not lecturing, he's with a girlfriend, multiple relationships, or he's out with us. Just, I wouldn't say picking up. It's not like, some kind of flared out, flamboyant pickup artist. Or he's teaching martial arts, which is sick, as we recently discovered. We just went into business with him. It's amazing. So anyway, the subject is, how much are you spending on women? How much have you spent on coaching? That's a real question for the guys. How much have you spent on really trying to learn this stuff? Have you ever bought a book? Have you ever bought a video? Have you spent any time? I mean, obviously you're watching these social media clips, but these are like sound bites from longer videos. Have you ever looked at a longer form YouTube, like guys that are on Instagram? Eventually, like the link in the bio on Instagram, there's in the description, there's AZD's profile, but in the bio, there's a link to my newsletter. That's what you want to get, man. That's going to be notes from his lectures. And it's going to be YouTube announcements. So you'll see like we have this 28-minute talk where he talked with a new student, and the guy was so beta, but he was so honest about his life. And so in the interaction, you see him change, you see AZD's line of questioning, you'll learn so much. And I just give that away. Benefit of being on the newsletter. Plus you get all the links to the open classes. Guys on TikTok, you can't even get a link on TikTok. We use TikTok to get to you so that you can see who is AZD. He didn't even have a presence on TikTok. Now we put him there. I put him there. I led them way. That's what I do. I'm captain. Who am I? I'm Yogi Chris, PhD, founder of Ninth Limb Yoga, captain of IMC Nation. I live with the founder, AZD. He's in his cell. We call them cells, room. He's in his room doing a podcast with one of his girlfriends. I live on the other side of the wall with him, and I have for almost 3 years now. Although we've moved 5 times, so I haven't always lived on the other side of the wall with him, but I've always been in the house. Oh, the phone dropped. Okay. Are there any questions? So how much are you spending on money? How much are you spending on money? How much are you spending on PhD? How much are you spending? I mean, there's a thing. I spent a lot on a PhD. Worthless. The coolest part is that I have those letters and people get impressed by it, but it hasn't helped me in game, life, and my ambition. It just squelched that. It sequestered that. It helped me in understanding some things, but most of that's probably wrong anyway. It's science. It's going to be invalidated. Whereas an education with Arash, AZD, to be able to provide women for myself wherever I go. I have multiple relationships, very loyal, very dedicated, devoted. One is especially devoted, like to beyond anything that you've ever experienced or probably seen, most likely. And it's effortless. And I came from a completely different place 8 years ago, such a dork. So like I said, I was a PhD. I was just like a nerd. I was a wrestler at some point in the University of Oklahoma, like college. But, that after years, just like I was a scrawny kid and I became tough, you can become weak also. I always remember that toughness and I'm back in it, right? Like with fighting and sparring and whatever. And my mentality, but I had been defeated by women. A lot of guys, they're in a condition of being defeated by women. And how much are you spending on trying to get women? Did you buy a nice car to impress a woman? Are you going out of your way a lot to see that one girl that doesn't even give you time of day? Are you getting an education so you can get a job, so you can make the money, so you can get a woman? Is that your big plan? Did you think it out? Have you worked it out? That are you just going to cross paths with a special girl at a bar or at the grocery store, and you're going to strike up such a great conversation with a grocery store girl? Do you have any friends, guy friends that you could go out with and enjoy each other's company so that a woman would be attracted to a man that has friends? Or do you just go out and scatter and each try to get a girl, usually through alcohol, and it hasn't worked out for you yet? Is that you? Am I describing your condition? Are you spending money on alcohol and trying to party and so that you can get a girl? Are you settling for the first girl that will, hook up with you and trying to turn her into a relationship? Is that you? Am I describing anybody in the audience? Because it's probably describing you. Probably. Like, oh man, I'm Captain IMC. I communicated with probably over 1,000 guys closely, learning their story by this time. Right now, it's hundreds. I keep in communication with hundreds. A lot of guys have come and gone. I know that, and I'm studied. Not the PhD, forget that. I'm studied on the psychology, what AZD prescribes, his book references and things. When you get to study him, he'll tell you. How is the top player for the last 12 years had multiple relationships? Just as soon as he got in the game, he's just rocketed past everybody in the game. Mystery, Discovery, and the new cheeseball guys that watch like Coach Kyle or whatever the fuck. Bro, you're missing the real deal. You're confused. You're watching CNN thinking that's the real news. You're just an idiot. That's just stupid. Any of these guys. I'm not saying I'm better than them. Probably many of them I am. I'm not a pickup artist. I'm a lifestyle artist. I'm so integrated. How I make my money, my relationships. Bro, and I'm just a student of AZD. I'm just learning as I go. It's just getting better and better every day. Learning his martial arts, bro. And I was just a guy like you that was on social media 8 years ago, saw his Facebook video, clicked, saw his YouTube videos, clicked, saw his website, bought a $97 product, kept studying it, bought another one, came to meet him one-on-one, and it was just, that's all she wrote. And then I saw the truth when I was out with him. It was just like, man, this is legit. So I don't know what you're waiting for. If you're on TikTok, go to the bio, go to the Instagram. If you're on Instagram, go sign up for the newsletter. I was looking, it's like not too many of you are signing up for the newsletter. I'm like, you're a moron. You're a moron. There's a guy that keeps showing up to the free classes and wants to spend his money somewhere else, doesn't want to sign up, but he keeps showing up to the free classes. Let me tell you what rank you are. You're a freeloader. That's your rank. We have Guardian, Base Leader, Lieutenant, Tribal Leader, Captain. That's the highest rank. Founder. That's the highest rank above Captain. You're below Guardian. You're a few steps below Guardian. You're called a freeloader. Everybody on here is a freeloader. Now that maybe is excusable because you just discovered this profile yesterday. So you're not going to sign up for anything else. But keep it moving, Go to the Instagram if you're on the TikTok. Go to the newsletter if you're on the Instagram. If you're on the newsletter, go to the open class. If you're on the open class, sign up eventually. Sooner than later, you're just wasting your life. You're wasting money on women. I know it, and you know it. You're wasting your life on achievement to get women. You're probably holding secret that you even want women. Who have you told that you want multiple women in all seriousness? Or that you desired, or whatever language, or that you deserve? And do you really deserve it? It's cheesy. Cheese ball. You can have this. You can, Sultan, he's dating strippers. She was terrible. You can have this. You just learn. It's a mindset. It's a way of communicating. It's understanding just a few buttons and dials of this thing. A few variables you can change that over time. You change one, you change another, you just gradually change and you shift into a new way of living. You don't have to leave behind your passions, hobbies. You don't even have to leave behind your relationships and connections, but they will leave you behind because when you change, they will resist it. Don't be such a sheep. You need a tribe of men who want to grow and evolve also, that are strong, that can push back the environment and hold their own. This is a great podcast. I'm glad I recorded this. Okay. So do we have any questions? I don't see anybody questioning. writing any comments. I'm about to go do the next thing. So last, I'll say again, I'm Yogi Chris. If you're seeing this recording on podcast, I'm a reflection of AZD. Now, girls, I know my girls watch my podcast. So if I post this, they'll be watching this. Yes, I admire my teacher. You don't have anything to do with that. That's fine. You admire me. I'm the greatest thing that you'll ever see. And if you want to move on, you won't have anywhere to go in IMC. So you go outside IMC and that's just going to be a wreck. That's just going to be terrible. So you sit back and you listen to me admire my teacher and you fucking be grateful that I swear to God, you be grateful that you're with me. Or you can keep it moving. And then to all the guys, like I'm a reflection there. Go to the description, click the links, get involved. Too many people are watching the podcast, just sitting back watching the podcast. It's pathetic, really. I look out at the world and, so many men are know-nothings. They're below freeloader. Freeloader is the second to lowest rank. The lowest rank is the know-nothing. The know-nothings don't even know about this stuff. You guys are literally privileged on planet Earth to be seeing Arashdi Bazaar clips. A lot of people aren't even shown clips. They don't even have access to the right social media, or they're not going to get connected to these clips anytime soon. Woe is them. I feel sorry for them. That's why we clip these up and put them out so you can see them. But now that you've seen it, now you're cursed. Now you either got to move closer or you got to be a freeloader. And what a pathetic rank. That's more pathetic than know-nothing. Know-nothing is just a lower rank. But a freeloader, if you stay a freeloader too long, it's cancer. Man, don't be that guy that says, I was watching your account for like 4 years, 2 years, even 6 months, and I didn't want to make a jump to just even see him on lecture, because you're seeing little soundbite clips that are out of context. We try to capture the whole context with the clip, but the greater length of the lecture or whatever, you hear the dialogue, a lot is not clipped out and put out on social media because it's dialogues with people, real people on these meetings, dozens of guys on these meetings. And like I said, if you are studying somebody that's massively famous, he's massively sheepish. He is, whoever he is a sheep. He is politically correct. And enough of his message is politically correct that he's accepted, because the real top G gets deleted and censored left and right. And you have the privilege of having access to some of his information. Get more involved before this account gets frozen or deleted or whatever. Just wait. I mean, it'll happen. All right. That's all for everybody. TikTok, you've heard enough. That was great. Instagram, I'm about to end you. And you should go to the bio and click the newsletter. Okay, and YouTube, if you're still on, that's very interesting that you're still on. You should join the Zoom when you show up. All right, see you guys. Close.